Aloha.
Aloha.
We are finally live. Welcome to everyone online and everyone here today. We are celebrating Black History Month today with our beautiful choir.
Did you hear that? It's like a choir because we've never had really a choir. Miss Sharon West has organized this and made this come alive, and it's very exciting.
Yes, and we are celebrating peace on earth today, as we know that everything that's going on in the world, or even if you don't know, we are lifting consciousness today.
Yes, we
to
are.
make sure peace presides. That's what I'm all about today. So let's just take a moment and understand what the Science of Mind teaches just for one moment. What we teach is that we are powerful. We are expressions of the divine creator. We are that energy, that source. It moves through every cell in our bodies, every part of our minds, our souls, our hearts. And when we live our lives from that highest place, we are that peace that we're looking for. We are that love that we might be seeking. It's right here where we are. And that's the nutshell of our teaching. So you're powerful.
Yes, you are. So I know for an absolute spiritual fact that there's some new people in this room. There's some new people on the live stream, but I wouldn't point you out, I promise. And you are here, and someone's back after an extended time away, Jesse. I'm very excited, so we're going to put you in this too. We know something about you. We would like to share that with you. It was given to us by people we know, and we're going to tell everybody about it right now. Shall we let them know what we know about? Yes? You are magnificent. And I know you're sitting there going, how did they know? How did they know? Well, we knew because we found that out about ourselves first, and then we looked at you, and it was like a mirror. So you were magnificent, I'm magnificent, so you reminded me of that. Now, if you think it's going to stop there, it does not. What happens here at CSL Kauai doesn't stay here, because there's a camera behind us, and it looks in, and it does all of this stuff, and there's some new people up there, so let them know who they are. You are magnificent. Now put your hands on your heart if you choose, and let's claim it for ourselves. I am magnificent. One more time. I am magnificent. Now whisper it to your inner child.
I am magnificent.
Now I'm done. You guys look at each other and tell each other who you are. You're
All right.
You're
Whenever you're ready,
magnificent.
Sharon. Whenever you're ready, go for it. Yeah.
Gabriella is magnificent. I know that.
All eyes on the choir.
Oh.
Love is already here. We can feel the presence. It's already here. All we have to do is open up our hearts. For love is already here. Peace is already here. We can feel the presence, it's already here. All we have to do is open up our hearts, for peace is already here.
Just take a moment to just go within and feel that peace radiating out into our world right here and right now. For I know that today, as we gather together, we are raising the consciousness of this planet. I know that the hearts that need to be softened right now are softened by our consciousness of love and peace. I know that our leaders and all the leaders in the world are radiating that peace. Even if we can't see it, it's there. And as we gather here together, I know that we are just exuding that peace into the world, and that the consciousness of the magnetic field is lifted right here and right now. I claim that for this time together. I claim that. I claim it, and I know that it is true. As I just give gratitude for the peace that is always here, that is already here. As I just say, and so it is.
So it is.
Joy is already here. We can feel the presence, it's already
Love is
I
here.
love it. Wonderful. Thank you, Barbara Davis, too. Thank you. All right, so just keeping in this beautiful, beautiful energy of peace, we'd like to invite up Reverend Dr. Walt Weiss as we light the peace candle, and he leads us in our peace meditation. Thank you. I'm actually going to go over here.
It's so odd to see you over there. Oddly wonderful. There you go.
And since peace is already here, I invite you now, if you choose to just close your eyes and bathe yourself in that peace for just a few moments. In this moment and in this place, I know that there is only one power in this world, one mind, one presence, one God. This one that is all is perfect peace and love. This one creates in perfection in each and every one of us. I am peace in this world. As spirit lives and moves and expresses as me, peace prevails on earth. And what I know for myself, I know for each person gathered in this wonderful place, CSL Kauai, that we collectively are peace in this world. And knowing this, I let go of all fear, all doubt, all worry, and even all images of war and destruction, and hold in my heart and in my mind visions of peace. Peace beginning here in my heart and going out as a ripple into the world, onto this island, and wherever peace is needed. I remember particularly today the people of Ukraine and the people of Russia, that their heart's desire is for peace. And in the midst of what may be going on around them, that somehow each of them will find that peace within, that peace which gives them courage and hope and love for one another. Yes, peace for all who need it today. And so knowing this, I just give thanks that peace is already here. Peace is already there. And this peace then goes from within, it goes without. It impacts every area of my life, my finances, my health, my creative expression, and it affects the world. And knowing this, I just release my word into the law, knowing that it never returns to me void, as we join together and say, and so it is.
The power of now is always present, nowhere to be than where you are. The power of now flows oh so gracefully. The power of now is always perfect, nothing to be than who you are. The power of now flows oh so easily. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be willing to let go of everything you think you need to control, for everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now is ever flowing, connecting us all to the one. The power of now unfolds so peacefully. Be willing to let go of everything you think you need to know. Oh, be strong enough to let go of everything you think you need to control, for everything goes away. Let everything wash away. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now. The power of now. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara.
You know, Rita, I thought this was a perfect opportunity because we're sitting here, you know, with a lot on our hearts today. And also, joy is so important to vibrate that frequency for people that can move, especially our brothers and sisters that are going through that. But we were able to witness this week a power of love on 2/22/22. And that was this incredible marriage that just, the frequency was on the beach and it was just wonderful. And they happened to be here today vibrating at the frequency of love. And who would that be, Rita?
Brandy
Dee
and Sean.
Stand up and let them all give you your love. There you go.
Woo!
It was such a beautiful moment, and the more we can express that kind of love, that kind of frequency, that's what shifts the world, and I love it. And it was such an honor to be able to do your ceremony,
To share
both
with you.
of us.
Yes.
And share.
Beautiful. Thank you. Come on back up. Dr. Walt.
Getting all love stuff.
What an
happening
act to
today.
follow. Oh.
Oh, go over here so you can be center stage.
Yeah, and-
This is for you that are new. This is called Stump the Minister or Stump the Practitioner or whatever you want to say. So we ask them questions that they'll never dream that we would dream up, right? Yes. Rita, so this month is all about commitment. So I'd like to ask you right out of the gate, what are you committed to, Dr. Reverend Walter?
I'm glad I had time to prepare, because you put it out in the bulletin and everything. But I'm going to let that go and just say whatever comes up.
You
know?
say
Bet.
whatever goes up.
That's the way to
That's
do
the way
it.
this goes.
I have been committed since 2/22/22. So there was kind of this awareness that came over me to commit to the fact that I am that expression of the divine, to think of myself always, continuously, throughout the day, that it is just God expressing in, through, and as me. Maybe it helped that we're doing the book by Butterworth.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Spiritual
and
Economics.
he talks about abundance, and that abundance only can come as we recognize and raise that consciousness of the divine within. And so I've really have been focusing on that, and I'm kind of, some of your words have actually echoed in my mind. I'm sorry, but they just keep coming, And
I'm an echoer.
That I want to be 100%.
Yeah.
And if I'm just going to give it a try, and like that little kid, that little toddler that's trying to walk, and it gets up, and it falls back down on its tush, it gets back up again.
Absolutely.
And eventually it walks and talks just like the rest of us, So I'm kind of at that toddler stage,
Great.
and I've fallen on my tush way too many times. But I am committed to getting up and living that way going forward.
So the last little stumper question is, in this time when we can't always see peace out there, what would be how do you commit to peace when we're looking out there and we don't always see it?
God will keep the one whose mind is stayed on God in perfect peace. And I dwell in that secret place of the Most High that's within. So I don't have to see it out there in the world. I just have to look within.
A+, wouldn't you say? A++. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait, Walt, come back. Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Walt. See, I remembered.
We have our...
You have to lead us in our affirmation.
Rita
right
was
here.
on it today.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know these words. So I'm going to share this affirmation, and then you can repeat after me a couple of times. I am 100% committed to living life to the fullest.
I am
100% committed to living life to the fullest. Again, I am 100% committed to living life to the fullest.
And
And
so
so
it
it
May I
is.
is.
sit down now?
Yes,
Now you may sit down.
And we are going to be enchanted by Barbara, right? Yes, Barbara Davis, who's with us just for another week. We love her. Thank you, Barbara.
There was a time I believed that life was over for me. There was a time I believed my life was over. I feel strong today, thanks to your help. I found my way. I'm walking on this earth stronger than ever. There was a time I believed there'd be no money for me. There was a time I believed there'd be no money. I am rich today, thanks to your help I found my way. I too will lend you a hand if you need one. Sometimes I get so down I think that this is the end, but there's no way to get over this mountain. The sun has come out beyond a shadow of my doubt. I am walking on this earth stronger than ever. There was a time I believed there was no love for me. There was a time I believe I'd have no loving. I feel love today, thanks to your help I found my way. I too will be there if ever you need me. Sometimes I get so down I think that this is the end, and there's no way to get over this mountain. The sun has come out beyond a shadow of my doubt. I am walking on this earth stronger than ever. There was a time I believed there'd be no peace for me. There was a time I believe there was no peace. I feel peace today, thanks to your help I found my way, yeah. I too will lend you a hand if you need one. Sometimes I get so down I think that this is the end, and there's no way to get over this mountain. The sun has come out beyond a shadow of my doubt. I am walking on this earth stronger than ever. The sun has come out beyond a shadow of my doubt. I am walking on this earth stronger than ever. I am walking on this earth stronger than ever. We are walking on this earth stronger than ever.
Thank you, Barbara. Wow. Everything just fits together so well today. I'm so grateful. Thank you. 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 I feel a lot of gratitude. It's been one of my predominant emotions has been gratitude. It's so powerful too, because no matter what's happening, if we can just feel gratitude for just being here wholeheartedly, which is our topic today, just to be here in everything that's going on, just to be in it, and to be able to just take a breath and remember who we are and just say, we make a difference, and just to be grateful for our opportunity to show up during this challenging time on earth. And it has been challenging for the last few years. And just when we thought everything was going to be, oh, we're coming out of this, then we get hit with something else. And we were at the movie on Friday night here. We have cinema last Friday of every month. And I was talking to two of my friends, and we were like, oh, we were thinking about the Ukraine and Russia and everything that was going on there. We were like, we thought we were through with this. You know, and we just had tears in our eyes. We thought we were through with this because we can't believe that there's still this threat of peace on earth. And so I look within and I recognize that we're not going to be through with it until we're each individually through with it. And I think that's the message that's predominantly been coming through this morning, is that we need to be through with it. We need to bring the peace into every part of our lives into our finances, into our relationships, into our health, into every part of our lives. It seems like a tall order, but we have no choice. And it goes along with our theme this month, which has been commitment. And when we started the month, we said 100%, we're going to be committed to taking responsibility for our lives 100%. And I would like you to I'm going to ask you to talk about it, but at what point in your life do you not take 100% responsibility for what's going on? You don't have to answer it. But what moment in your life do you say, oh, maybe I'm 20% in here or whatever? What moment? Because whatever that moment is the moment that needs to shift. Because we're 100% responsible for our lives. We're 100% responsible for where we find ourselves. We're 100% responsible for what's going on in the world. We are, because we are the world, right? So there is no excuse anymore for not taking 100% for what happened to our dear African American people over the ages and all the people that have been, have had atrocity against them. We have to take 100% responsibility for that. I know, that's why I love the Ho'oponopono process of, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, that I learned from Dr. Yulen, who just passed. Because when I have a situation in my life where I think somebody's doing something to me or somebody's doing something awful to somebody else, I will use that practice, because what it does is it clears my consciousness to say, there's a part of me that's in that situation, there's a part of me that's there. And I need to take responsibility for my part in it and clear my consciousness and bring myself back to the one, back to the divine. So this is my message for today, is that there's nothing outside of ourselves. Everything that's happening is happening. We're in the middle of it, whatever it is. And I do believe, just like as we're meeting here today and as we're singing these beautiful words of peace and feeling that peace within, and that we are making a difference. Sometimes it's going to only be the only way we make a difference, because we're not going to go get a gun and go out and take ourselves to Ukraine. I mean, maybe some of us will, I don't know, but we're not, we're going to do what we can do for the world. And the thing that we can do that's more powerful than anything else is to raise our own consciousness. And we're studying this book by Eric Butterworth called Spiritual Economics. And it's not just about money. It's about consciousness. It's about being in perfect consciousness with your life. And he tells this little story, and it's about this little girl who she's looking out this window of her house, and her little pet has just gotten hit by a car, and she's crying, and her dad takes her and takes her to another window where she can look out at this beautiful garden to get her spirits up. And she starts to smile and she starts to giggle. Now, it's a metaphorical story because it doesn't mean don't look at the condition, but from what consciousness are you looking at it from? Are you deep down in the condition, like, wallowing in it with everybody else? Or are you raising your consciousness higher to a higher place so that you can look above at it and give that love and that peace that you can't give if you're in the middle of the conflict of whatever it is? So I love that story. So 100% commitment. And that means that nothing's outside of yourself, and nothing, and I mean nothing, has any power over you beside the power that you give it. And I want to read this quote by Ernest Holmes, because it's, and if you don't know who Ernest Holmes is, he's a beautiful man who synthesized this teaching by taking teachings from Hinduism, Buddhism, from everything, Christianity, everything, and found the common thread, which was love and our power, and brought it all together in a way that we could use it in our lives. That's basically, he doesn't call himself a revelator, he just calls himself a synthesizer. So, and he's a really good synthesizer if you've ever read his material. Anyway, he says, God is all. There is one power, intelligence, and consciousness in the universe, but one presence. This one presence cannot change. There is nothing for it to change into but itself. It is changeless, and it is my life now. That's what he says to say to yourself. It is me now. I'm going to say it again. God is all. There is one power, intelligence, and consciousness in the universe, but one presence. This one presence cannot change. There is nothing for it to change into but itself. It is changeless, and it is my life now. It is me now. And then he goes on to tell us, claim that no form of race suggestion, belief in limitation, subjective idea of limitation, thought of karma, fatalism, theology, or hell, horoscope, or any other false belief has power over you. Accept none of them. If you have ever believed in them, if you have ever believed that the stars govern you, or that your opportunities govern you, recognize this is a hypnotic condition into which you have fallen and deny every one of them until there is no longer anything in you that believes in them. That's pretty, right? This is a good way to clear your consciousness. If this process of clear thinking is carried out every day, it will heal. I don't know about you, but I like that. Because what does it do? It puts the responsibility back on us. It puts the responsibility to be all that we can be in ourselves, and not to say we have to be this way because somebody's doing that, or, Mercury's in retrograde, or whatever the things we tell ourselves. Yeah, Mercury might be in retrograde, but we have the opportunity to say, that's not going to affect me. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life in love. I'm going to live my life in peace. I'm going to be abundant. I'm going to be all the things that I want to be. And I'm going to do that so that I can be a presence in the world. And I can give that over to other people. I can give, because when we're receiving and we're in that state, we want to give. That's the whole point. We want to give. I don't know about you, but I just think, we've been given all these challenges. We've been given all these challenges so we can get stronger, so we can remember what we know. Because if we're just going through life just la 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 la, we're so I look at the challenges, la la la. I like la 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 too. I mean, I do like it. But if I look at the challenges as to a way to go deeper. A way to say, okay, well, I'm not finished yet, so obviously there's more for me to do, right? Prejudice is still here. All these things are still here. So they're only still here because we have not cleared our consciousness, like he says, clear enough. So I don't know, 100%, guys, we're leaving this month. Next month is going to be adventure. But we can't go on an adventure if we don't have 100% responsibility for our lives on that adventure and the things that we want to see and do. So are you willing to live 100% wholeheartedly your life right here and right now, continuing forth when you leave this room? And one of the things that will help you, if you don't already do it, is spiritual practice. Because if you don't start your morning with spirit, with life force, with God, whatever you want to call it, if you don't start your morning there, and you have no excuse for not starting your morning there, that is your responsibility to, when you walk out into the world, that you are clear, because you're going to come up against stuff, and you want to be clear when you come up against those things. You want to be able to remember. And the more you do that, the more you remember yourself every day, the more you're going to go out into the world, and you're going to remember who everybody else is. And when something does bump into you, you're going to just be clear. You're going to be clearer. And when you make mistakes, you're going to make a mistake, and then you're going to get back on, and then you're going to just do it again until you've cleared your consciousness to the point that you're walking as peace. And that's what Walt says what he's committed to. And we do fall down, we do, but that's okay. It's all right to fall down. But if we're on the journey and we're doing it and we're making the commitment wholeheartedly to do it, and we're taking care of ourselves every morning. And I remember when I was first started jogging, my little girl was my youngest child. The others were in school, and I couldn't leave her, so I put her in the middle of the football field, and I ran the track. And while I could watch her, at the same time, because I was committed to jog, you know what I mean? I heard this Joe Dispenza say he was committed to meditation to the point that when his kids were little, he sat in the middle of the floor in the living room, put his blindfolds on and his earplugs, and meditated. And they were running all around him, and they got so used to it that you know, and if something happened, he would know, but he was so committed to his meditation. So I sometimes hear mothers say to me, I can't do it because I have to do this, this, this. You can do it. And I'm really, really just ask at the invite that we'll take time for ourselves spiritually, because we're the ones where it all starts. And you can do that any way you want. So, feeling a little, I know, right? And Emerson wrote that there's one mind common to all people, one mind, one power common to all people. We're all in this field of energy, and we are making a difference. And the only place it could start is with ourselves. Yes, and so it is. And now we got the choir singing, yay.
I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Come on. Yes, I woke up this morning with my mind.
Sing it.
Stayed on freedom.
Yes, sir.
Said, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yes.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Woke up this morning with my mind.
Oh, yes, I did.
Stayed on peace
Oh,
and
well,
love.
oh,
I woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on peace and love.
oh, well.
Woke up this morning with my mind.
Stay
on peace and love.
Hallelujah.
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 Singing and praying with my
Oh,
mind.
yes, I am.
Stayed on peace
Oh,
and
well.
love.
Oh, well.
Singing and praying with my mind.
Oh, yes, I am.
Stayed on peace
Come
and
on,
love.
come on.
Singing and praying with my mind.
Oh, yes, I am.
Stayed on peace and love.
Hallelujah.
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 You gotta walk, I said walk.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Come on
yeah.
and walk with your mind on peace and love.
You gotta
Talk,
come on in.
talk,
Oh, yeah.
with your mind
Oh, peace and love. You gotta walking and talking. Walking and talking, yeah.
with your mind
Oh,
peace
come
and
on.
love.
Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind. Oh, yes, I am.
Stay on peace
Come
and
on, I said I'm walking and talking with my mind. Oh, yeah.
Stay on peace
Come on, I'm walking and talking with my mind.
Stay on peace
Oh,
and
peace and
love.
love, hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Walk, oh, walking and talking with your mind on peace and love. Come on and walking and talking and walking and talking. Yeah, with your mind on peace and love. Come on and walking and talking, walking and talking, yeah. With your mind on peace and love. Hallelujah. 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 Walked this morning with my mind. Yes, I did. Stayed on peace. You know I did now. Woke up this morning with my mind. Oh, yes, I did. Stayed on peace and love. Woke up this morning. Oh, Lord, yes, I did now. Stayed on peace and love. Hallelujah. 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 Walk, walk, come on now. Come on now. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Oh, come on. Walking and talking with your mind on peace. Oh Lord, walking and talking, yes. With your mind on peace and love. Hallelujah. 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 One more time. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
How fun! Woohoo!
Yeah. Wow.
I'm so glad he said yes when I asked him. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, choir.
You gotta walk, walk. You gotta talk, talk. I had to do something. The energy was there. I had to bring it in. Woo! Who would have ever known that here at CSL Kauai? Well, I guess you did. I didn't know you guys could walk and talk so much. Well, I'm going to have to do a little talking to be running into that great energy. Wow, let's give it up again, man. Oh. Wow. The title of our talk today is Holy, Holy, Holy. So that really, but it's holy like in whole and complete and wholesome. Ah. You guys just threw me all off of my stuff, man. Wow. So, are we committed, was my question, to wholesomeness and perfection of our being, seeing that first? I was thinking this whole idea of wholehearted. You've heard of it, right? Wholehearted living. Wholehearted. I was looking all over the internet, and I was just thinking to myself, this is the time, if we're ever going to be wholehearted, this is the time. This is the time for us to get out there and say, you know what? It's time to, as my Brene Brown, if you know who she is. I love my Brene. I haven't been around her for a while, but I revisited her this past week. Not personally. Brene Brown is she's a researcher, but she's also very funny, and she loves to cuss, and which is, my kind of girl, right out of the, but she, so what is and what she does, what's that? She can never replace you, Rita, ever. Wholehearted, that's such a challenge, is it not? It's such a challenge, but it's so exciting to really 100% commit to that wholehearted living. And there's a great community out there. You remember that, don't you, the Marion and Glenn, that the wholeheartedness, and we did that a couple years back. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how we do things for a limited amount of time, and then we move them off to something else. And I'm laughing because I'm wondering if we actually got it before we moved it on. Like we did a project here with the Don't Complain bracelets. And we were like all into it. You had to go like 21 days or something like that without complaining. Have you ever tried it? Yeah. I think a lot of people would like to do that for a 24-hour period and not 21 days. But I remember it, and then we were all excited and we moved on. And then I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if we moved on and never complained again. I don't think so. But it just reminds me personally to stick with something. Bob Proctor, who just passed away, he used to have this little thing. I bought it, and I haven't used it yet, by the way. But I was too busy complaining. No, I had this right. It's this wonderful thing that he turns to a page, and he leaves it in there. And he doesn't leave it until he gets it. He keeps reading it over and over. And you know how we are. We're all society now of, we got to get to the next book, get to the next workshop, get it. And so I'm looking at life a little bit differently. On Friday, we had the spiritual cinema. And it was just about, if you haven't seen it, long story short, please watch it. It's a wonderful kind of romantic comedy. But it also is about a gentleman who gets this special gift of every day when he goes to sleep, he wakes up a year later and has no idea of what went on, but everybody else in his world did. And we were all talking. I was talking to my buddy Bob over here. Bob and Ann were there, and I went home and I said, well, and we were all looking at each other saying, it was interesting because we discussed it afterwards, and everybody was like this. You were like, how'd you like? Anyway, popcorn's over, I'm leaving. And it was really interesting because nobody really had it. And I think it really affected people differently because it really made you look at your life and go, where am I? Because he was all about procrastinating and rushing. It was about later. What are we going to do? I'll do that later. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. And then I was standing with these two beautiful people, and they said, what did the movie mean to you? And I just went, the three of us, this moment will never happen again. Wow. Talk about opening your heart. I went, how many moments have I rushed by? You know how when somebody, hi, how are you doing? Anyway, I was just, and then, I don't think we have to stand there and hug for like 2 minutes or anything, but at least, at least, when somebody, and I remember one time, I didn't like what she said, but I hugged her, and then she said, I went like that, and she goes, were you present? And I went, I go, you gotta walk, you gotta talk. No, I went, what? And so, but she woke me up for a moment, because I went, I really wasn't present. And I really think the answer to everything, for at least for me now, is that idea of being present. Like, this moment that we're having right now, and I'm looking back at the camera, I'm looking at Talia, and I'm thinking, we'll never have that look again. And I guess that you could think, well, that would take up a lot of time in life if we were doing every moment like that, but why not? Why not? So I had a little definition here from Brene, my girl Brene. Wholehearted living. Is she shaking her head while I'm up here? Yeah. Wholehearted living is about engaging with our lives from a place of worthiness. It means cultivating courage, compassion, and connection to wake up in the morning and think, no matter what gets done, and how much is left undone, I am enough. And I think that we're in a time that there's a lot of I'm not enoughness going on. not enough of this. I don't have this. This class on Wednesday night is just, really waking me up to a lot of ideas about the I am enough. And I think that if we really, for me, really broke it down to why things are not happening in our lives, why things are happening as they are right now, it's the worthiness factor. And I was saying to somebody the other day, until we can say to ourselves, I am enough, then I'm going to always be waiting for you to tell me who I am. I am enough. And each and every one of us sitting here is enough. I have a little something with Brene again. I kind of got stuck on her this week. But she said, wholehearted people, this is what wholehearted people they have. And they're not different. They have just decided, she's a researcher, and what happened was she was wondering why these wholehearted people that she named kind of had it, but didn't. But you know what I mean? A lot of tragedy that they didn't. Being a wholehearted person, you don't escape the tragedy. A wholehearted person just knows how to use their heart to get through it. Right? So this is what she says. She says, number one, a sense of worthiness. They believe they are worthy and they know they are enough. Just what we talked about. Courage. Courage to tell your story and be yourself. Now, let me talk about story for a second. She said story, not stories. We tell our story. I always love that. We tell our story, and it's important. I do a lot of inner child work, so I know how important the story is. But after the first time, it's no longer news. And sometimes we carry on with it, and I know I have. I told this one story for so many years, I've told it before, that when I'd walk into a room, a party, people would be going the other way. Because you know what they're thinking? Oh, God, he's going to tell that story again. The story he hasn't found a solution for yet. And I'm thinking, what is the hurry? It was only 10 years. 10 years I've been telling the story. That's not that long, kind of. And so when she says tell your story, what I think of that is your identity. Be okay to tell who you are. This is who I am. And guess what? Don't get too used to me because I'll probably will change tomorrow. And that's a good thing. When we got married a couple of years ago, 22 years ago, we said in our vows, please, the one vow I make is that I will always change. It used to be the other way, Please don't ever change. Well, that's fun. Please stay the same, never change. We have to change. Creative process tells us to move forward. But I'm just saying, perhaps we can move forward slowly, purposefully. What else did she say about it? She says it's the ability to connect with others, practicing gratitude. Leaning into joy. I got to talk about this joy thing for a moment, right after where am I going? It's a window there. I want to talk about, if you're here for the first time, as I always say, I'm always like this. So, leaning into joy. Oh, my. We're foreboding joy. Do you know what that is? That is what's going on in our brothers and sisters over there. And there are people that will say, I can't have joy until that's corrected. And I'm saying, no, this is the time. The best medicine we can give to anyone is joy, laughter, to be able to say, isn't that awful there? And to cry and to laugh. I've cried so many times the last couple of days, knowing that my little brothers and sisters are over there doing what they're doing. But what I also realize is that I can help them with the vibration of joy. Foreboding joy is that I can't be happy. Thank you. I can't be happy until everything is okay. And no, but what I have to say is that when you're in joy, we can go to the frequency to pick our brothers and sisters up. That doesn't mean, you can't have a problem. No, it does mean that you can have all the problems you want. but I'm going to be there for you. And if you want me to go down there, the reason the frequency is so powerful is because when you're down there, you want me to lift you up. I would love that. I'm getting all Michael now. I'm getting all moving around. I'm telling you, it's that idea of the quicksand. And someone saying, help me. And then you go like this and jump in with them. And then you're going down. Both of you are going down. What you want is me to find a rope and to throw the rope in there and tie it to this. Oh, how appropriate. Tie it to the tree. And then as you start to climb, I'm going to get over here and do this too. That's what we do with one another. When you're feeling like you can't even go a day more, then we can get in there and say yes. Someone was talking the other day, I'm just all channeling right now, this is great. Someone was talking about women's rights, and she works a lot in the whole movement. And she said, and it's time that the injustices are coming up for everyone to see. And I said, I want to take this a step further. I want to talk about how powerful women are. I want to talk about that feminine energy that can come up and change the world. Change the world. That's what men need to be. That's what we need to be taught. We have an opportunity to go, not like you did this and injustice. No, you have an opportunity to say, shh. You were taught that women were not as powerful. Now I'm going to tell you that women are. And you don't have to be punished for it. You just have to learn so that we can work together. So we can work together on this whole idea of, and to use this incredible feminine energy. I'm writing a book right now, and it's just wonderful. A lot of stuff is coming up. And I thought, how did I get through all of that stuff? How'd that little boy get through that stuff? You know how he got through it? He pulled up his feminine energy that people made fun of, and he was a sissy, he's that. But no, I knew how to be so sensitive that I could pick up on everybody's stuff. Became a little hypersensitive, and I had to work on it. But because it's a little dangerous to be picking up on everybody's stuff when you're walking around. You know what I mean? Oh, bah, you know, it's like that. But what I'm saying is there is an opportunity. Yes, we know that men were trying to put you in the kitchen, but that's okay. You're not in the kitchen anymore. Just like somebody said to me, woo, I'm going to start sweating soon. Somebody was talking to me about, well, they don't understand I'm a man. It's in my DNA, go out and hunt and bring home the food. Yeah, I'm hunting. I said, when's the last time you went hunting and brought home food? We're at Safeway, dude. We don't do that anymore, so I don't get that excuse anymore. Yeah. Woo. So that's what I'm saying. This is why I don't watch myself back when these days are over on these. But does that make sense that we can open our hearts together? And we can find out together, even with racism and everything that's going on. Let's not only learn what went on, but let's learn how we can come together and how diversity is such a blessing. I have sat in my Spanish brothers' homes and not even known. I was so blessed to be able to experience all of these things because I was willing. I was willing to say yes. What do you know? This is so different. You look different. You feel different. You are different. Oh my gosh, we can really do some great stuff together. Wow. I'm telling you, not everybody likes that little gesture I just did, but you know how much I love all of you, don't you? So, oh, Lordy. So anyway, hell with those things. They weren't even as exciting as what just happened over here. But I want to do something. We'll close with this. I know you wanted me to get more diverse in my, oh, you guys, oh, you wonderful. I know you guys isn't a politically right thing, too. And it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. You know what I say now about all that? We were saying something the other day, and I said, I was about to, do something I call observing, but actually it's judging. I was about to judge, and I went, where do you want to invest your energy right now, man? Because that's going to take a lot with what you're about to do. And I went, oh, but I really want to observe. I really want to observe. Because judging is poison to your own being. And yeah. So the other day I had this like little moment that it was kind of tense, and you wanted to calm down. Have you ever got there and you were going to swim in the reaction stream? I'm reacting. So I've worked hard on that throughout the years. And I found this thing when about probably 10 years ago, I used to do this little side gig of going to schools and teaching them about safety when you're walking and when you're cars, it was a safety program. And, stop, look, and listen. And then I used to do it because I'm thinking, these kids are looking like, and you see, and they're all, and especially fifth graders, man. They're this. Hi, I'm your safety coach for today. Oh God! And then I have to tell them stop, look, and listen. And I go, you've all heard of stop, look, and listen, right? And their eyes. I said, your eyes are going to stick that way someday. If you roll it one more time at me. So I used to do, because I could not fight these kids. So I came up with something and I went, what can I do to make them laugh, So I go, so here's this guy. And so I would go, you guys, so I'd get them all up, 3 of them up there. I go, your stop, your look, your listen. And we would go, stop. And they would like, oh, that's cool, man. I can do that. Come on, man, come on, stop. And they would go, okay, and I go, look. And then the girl would come up and I go, do. And then she'd go, I don't want to do that. And then you go, yeah, come on. So he'd go, stop. And she'd go, look. And then the other one would go, and listen. Mm-hmm. So we'd go, stop, look, listen. Mm-hmm. So the other day, I'm in a session. Not doing that, trust me. You can trust me in a session. And I thought, something said, here's a really nice way to connect to the heart when you're in that place that you don't want to be. And I went, what does that look like? And I went, when I'm about to observe or judge, just stop. Stop for a minute. And look. But don't look out there, man. Close your eyes. Stop. And look inside. And listen. What am I going to listen to? Oh, I'm already slowing down. Oh, that observation doesn't even seem important anymore. I'm just listening to my heart tell me how much it loves me. And then there's the last one. Grab my solar plexus and feel. Stop. Look. Listen. Feel. That took 30 seconds, 20 seconds. And your whole day is different. The whole situation. If you're going into a meeting, just stop, look, and listen, and feel. Feel's the addition one, right? Yeah. So, if you do it with me, you can get rid of me. Ready? Wherever you are, just stop. And don't look outside. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable, and look inside. Inside that incredible energy. Oh, and listen. Put your hand on your heart. Oh, And most of all, when we put it on our solar plexus, which is just stores all those incredible emotions, all those feelings, and breathe into it. I can feel my heartbeat. Oh, it's telling me that I am love. It's telling me that each and every person out in this wonderful sacred space is enough and is love. And so it is. Namaste.
Very nice. Wow. Okay. Been a good day, right? So I wanted to start our giving with a letter that we got from the YWCA. I'm not going to read the whole letter, but we have a tithing program here where we give 10% of what comes in out into the world to different organizations, and the YWCA of Kauai is one of those organizations that's eliminating racism and empowering women. And they wrote us, with every safety plan we create, every counseling session we provide, every scholarship we grant, there is one thing we know to be true. Survivors should light and lead the way. Thank you for your financial support. YWCA Kauai gets to be the mirror that reflects that light back to them. We stand beside survivors in chaotic moments so they can achieve stability for a lifetime. Your gift helps YWCA Kauai remain a refuge for more than 2,500 community members every year. Wow. And then on behalf of the staff and board of directors, we thank you for your kind kokua in support of our work and our mission. Your gift helps to ensure brighter futures for all the tomorrows to come. And I just wanted to do that because giving out is really important when we receive, and giving, and then for you to know that when you give here, you give twice because it goes back out into the world. Since the center began, we've given out I think the figure is $116,000 out to the outer community in the world, and here on Kauai, and to different people that spiritually nourish us. And so thank you for your donations today, and just know they're going to good work for our center and also in the world. So thank you, thank you.
And everyone online, thank you.
So Malama team, wherever you are, come forward. Blessing.
As it pours through you, feel the blessing. Nothing more to do, feel the blessing. At the core of you, nothing that you need, nothing that you need, nothing that you need to do. Nothing that you need, nothing that you need, nothing that you need to do. Feel the blessing as it pours through us. Feel the blessing. All you need is trust. Feel the blessing at the core of us. Nothing that you need, nothing that you need, nothing that you need to do. Nothing that you need, nothing that you need, nothing that you need to do. Let me feel, let me feel, let me feel, let me feel the blessing.
It has been such a wonderful service. That energy that is here is each of us vibrating at the frequency of the divine. And it is with these gifts that we also do that. And with this giving, I choose to let go of lack and see only the value and blessings in my life. So with that, we affirm blessings on these gifts as they bless our lives, Kauai, and the world. And so it is.
Thank you, Dr. Walt. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank
Are the
you.
kids here yet?
So I think we have children. Are they here? Come on down. We'll get this out of the way. I don't know how many there are today, but this is Miss Janice. She's our youth leader.
You have your
Okay.
own pathway now.
Oh, microphone. Hold on. Thank you.
Fantastic. That time went by really fast for us. We couldn't believe it, but we did so many fun things, and we were exploring ways that we create joy and happiness in our own lives by being conscious creators. And I'll let them kind of tell you some of the activities we did.
For one thing, we did yoga.
Ooh.
We completed a puzzle.
Nice.
We made these bracelets out of these tiny rubber bands.
Oh.
We talked about how we live our best life. A couple of my things are, I live my best life by loving everything around me. I live my best life by doing whatever's best. Living is the best thing about life.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So can we give them their blessing?
We
Ready?
can.
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Thank you.
Yes.
Whoa, thank you.
And Karen, there's no ice cream today, but guess what there is?
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes. Did you see them? Birthday cupcakes. This is birthday month. Did you know that? So who's ever, even if it's not your birthday, you get to have a cupcake, but not till it's over. All right.
All right. So I don't remember where this is. Was it over there? Okay. So talking about birthday month, we celebrate birthdays the last Sunday of the month. So who had a February birthday?
Who had
Whoa. What was that? Somebody had a February birthday.
There you go.
Okay,
Jack.
so
Okay.
let's give them a happy birthday.
Let's do it.
Ready, Barbara? Start. Get us a birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, February birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay. Okay, so we have a few short announcements, right?
We
Yes.
do. Well, we also have Rev D back there.
Oh, yeah, Rev D, come on up.
Now. I asked Reverend Diane to come up today because we have so many outreach. The island's kind of opening up, but it's opening. And there's so much going on. Wait till you hear this.
I am so excited about everything that's going on with outreach. 2 years, we haven't been able to do a whole lot. And I'm really grateful to know April 1st, we'll start doing highway cleanup together out on a stretch right out here. April 23rd, we'll be doing the Lidgate cleanup, and I hope you'll all sign up for that and join with that. June 4th, the Pride celebration is on. And July, what day in July?
What, for the
birthday.
July 10th.
July 10th.
9
Put it on your
years.
calendar now.
9
We have the
years.
Lidgate Pavilion again for our big extravaganza birthday party. Silent auction, potluck. We get to do it all.
I know. That's crazy.
So I'm really happy that we're going to be out in the community in so many wonderful ways, and I hope you'll join me as we move forward into all these good activities.
So besides Adopt the Highway, which we are doing, tell them just a little bit about the safe space that we have that's...
This is a safe place for LGBTQ teens. So if you know someone who is struggling with that expression of who they are, this is a safe place to come and talk to one of the ministers, to have somebody to stand up for them. And we will be doing a safe space training, so some of you can get involved in that and know how to respond when you see something going on in the world, so that we can protect our brothers and sisters if they need it. So we'll be empowered to do that.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great,
wonderful.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Reverend Diane.
Yes.
Wow, it's good. Yeah, it's so good.
So today something's happening at 3 o'clock. Family game day, afternoon, whatever that is. That's at 3 o'clock to 5. So that should be that's their first one. There's an adult one on the first part of every Sunday of every month, and now this will be the last Sunday of every month.
And then the spiritual economics class is live streamed and recorded. So if you weren't here last week, you can still take it, and you can get the class from last week online, and then join us on Wednesday night. So that's an
And
option.
even if you
Talk
don't,
to
I would do the
Angela.
book
Where are
too.
you, Angela? There she is. Yeah.
She's right there.
And if you can't even do the class, we highly recommend this book. If you want to expand your consciousness in the area of financial abundance and just abundance in general, it's a great book. Let's see what else.
Lolita's,
We don't
we
need
had
it.
that.
Oh, the Healing Circle is scheduled for March 8th this month. So it starts at 6:30. We'll have Maria Christina here, as far as I know. And that will be on March 8th. And there was one other thing. Oh, yes, of course. All right. The only other thing is that we have practitioners here today. Rob back there, Reverend Diane,
Walt.
Dr. Walt. If something has come up for
Roseanne.
you, Roseanne, she's up there.
If you guys would sit in the
Yeah,
right place.
I
we
know.
wouldn't
I
have us-
can't see who's here. And if something's come for you and you would like a spiritual mind treatment, or want to know more about spiritual mind treatment, which is our modality of healing, please see one of our practitioners, and they will talk to you. All right. They can take you outside, so it's more private, or you can leave your treatment request in the box out there in the lobby. There's a by Angela's desk. There's a little treatment box, and that's that.
And
I wanted
since
to say
our
that.
social media girl is back there right now, Natalia, I'd like to tell you, if you're watching, you need to share. You can share it. What else can we do? Click it. Like it. That's right. Click it. Stop, look, and listen. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. Are we ready? I think we did everything.
I think we did, except we didn't give them their cue, because the cue is Sacred Journey is coming in October, and on island people can join that too. It's a week-long
Retreat.
Here
our
that
ninth
we do,
one.
and ninth one there too. So that is your cue.
Closing song.
Today, as all of us have been at the Magnificent Cafe. So what I do know is there's a lot of things that went on to make this day happen. I just want to throw out some gratitude. First of all, Marion Head and Louise, who's doing double duty over there, was our Malama team. Dr. Walt, practitioner of the day. Rob Jones, Jonathan Lee, and Natalia are back there doing a whole bunch of things to make sure we get out into the world, and I'm so appreciative. Barbara Davis, I see you. I can't believe we only have you another week or so, but it's been a fun month. And there's this choir that's new in town, this CSL choir led by the wonderful, the beautiful, the walk and talk gal herself, Sharon West. So let's give it up. We have, yes, this is always open. Mondays at 6:20 you come, you do a little warm up, and then 6:30, she gets you in there. Go! No, that's not Sharon. But I do know that Ron Stover was here very, very early, making sure things happen. Charles Wolfark, Peggy, Jerry, and Roseanne's not over there, but then she'd probably find her in the bookstore because I know that Peggy's counting money now with Charles. And Kiana, can I just tell you, look at this. It's as beautiful as you are, Kiana. And Janice Perez, our youth director, taking care of our wonderful, wonderful children. And Angela Phillips, who just is all over the place, and she does so, so much. And for Patrick, who baked the cookies so much over at Safeway. But anyway, that's it. And this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spiritual genius that I get the opportunity to not only co-spiritual direct with, but the opportunity to live with as well. So I just say thank you to everybody, everyone out there. Thank you online. We love you. We love you. Stop, look, listen, and feel.
Ready.
Flowing like a river of peace. I am nature's wandering child. Love cannot be added to me. I am made complete in the divine. I am spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led.
Awesome.
And before you go anywhere, there was one announcement. How I could almost forget this one. Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scout cookies.
Outside.
Yes, they're right as you go out the door. Grab a cupcake, say yeah, and then grab some cookies to go home with.
Today's